Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. First of all, apologies that I'm in my dressing gown, but you know, comfort wins. I just wanted to do a quick, probably quite rambly video today because it is quite hard to explain. Video about having an anterior placenta, which for those of you who don't know is just when your placenta is at the front of your womb or front of your tummy, which we had our scan last Friday and they told us we had an anterior placenta. I hadn't really thought about it before, to be honest. I've never really thought about where your placenta would be, but it's just basically where the fertilised egg implants itself into your womb is where your placenta will end up being. It's very common. I think they said about 40 to 50% of pregnancies have an anterior placenta. All it mainly means is that you're not really going to feel the baby kick as much as you would if the placenta was at the back or anywhere else. So I just wanted to sort of talk about what I'd been feeling so far, so if anyone else is in the same boat as me, especially if it's your first pregnancy, it might settle your mind a bit, because I was starting to get to the stage where I was like, when am I going to feel this baby kick? And I'm only just now starting to feel movements. It's not strong, but it's definitely stronger than it was. So at the moment I'm 21 weeks. Today's Friday, so on Monday I'll be 22. And I would say that my first sort of movements, I think, were between 18 and 19 weeks, and I know they normally say you'll probably start to feel butterflies from like 16 weeks onwards. I never really felt butterflies as such. I wouldn't describe it as that. Obviously people say it's like a flutter on the inside of your tummy. Mine was always a little bit stronger than that, and I'm guessing that's because I felt it later on, and it was more like bubbles, and you can obviously get things like that confused with gas, but I've never felt that before, so I don't think it was gas. And also the movements were sort of more towards the sides and lower down in my tummy, which is, I'm guessing, around the placenta, so obviously I'd feel it a bit more there. I probably felt those movements from maybe 18 to 19 weeks onwards, and it's only really sort of been in the last maybe week and a half that I have felt more stronger motions, I would say. So I think it's really hard to explain it, but I would say where my placenta is, so at the front, I think I can feel the baby tapping on the underside of the placenta, because it's not massively strong, but it just feel like a tapping quite often on my tummy, which I hadn't felt until a week ago. It's always been around the same times of day, so morning, and then I'll feel it again around 3-4 o'clock, and then I'll feel it again in the evening. And I know it's the baby because I haven't felt that before. But it just, obviously the motion isn't as strong because it's the placenta pushing on your tummy rather than the baby pushing on your tummy. But then, like I say, same with the bubbles, round the sides and the lower down part, which I'm guessing is it going around the placenta. Again, I'm not 100% sure how this works, so I'm definitely not an expert. It's stronger there. And it's the same sort of tapping, but it's a lot stronger, so I'm guessing that's also the baby. But so other than that, so far I haven't really felt anything else, and I just want people to not worry like I did a little bit, that you weren't feeling it as much. And they even said to me that people having an anterior placenta may not feel anything at all until 20 weeks plus, and you may not start to feel any stronger motions until maybe 25 weeks. Obviously if you're starting to feel worried, always speak to your midwife, because I'm not an expert and have no idea, but that's just what the sonographer told me at my scan. And he also made a point of saying that obviously the later I get into my pregnancy and the more I am comfortable with the baby's kicking and when and how often, if for any day I don't feel the baby move at all, don't just put it down to the fact that your placenta's at the front, he said, because you should still always feel the baby, especially in the later weeks or months. So if you ever do not feel the baby and you have been feeling the baby move regularly, again, always contact the midwife or maternity unit and get it checked out, which I guess makes sense. And in terms of how else I've been feeling with it, obviously I didn't even know I had an anterior placenta until I had my scan, so you don't really notice any difference. The only thing I have found is that it's more common to experience lower back pain, which I have been getting more lower back pain, and I'm guessing it's because you've got more weight at the front of your body because your placenta's there. And I think your placenta is not heavy, but it's at this sort of stage I'm in, I think the baby weighs the same as the placenta, near enough. So it's obviously more weight on the front part. especially if I've gone out for like a long walk or something. I mean, I'm sure you'd probably get backache anyway if you're pregnant, but I do have to have rest quite often. So yeah, but other than that, nothing else at all. I tried not to Google too much because there wasn't really much on the internet that seemed very trustworthy, if that makes sense. So obviously it's not, for me, I would have expected to read something on the NHS website, but there was absolutely nothing. So my next midwife appointment is in 4 weeks, I think, so I'm going to ask my midwife some questions then. I didn't really think to do it at the scan for some reason. I just think I was a bit swept up with the whole baby and finding out what we were having and things. So yeah, I'll ask some more questions when I see the midwife and see what she has to say. And I'll perhaps do another update video to say what I've been feeling and what she told me. And yeah, like I say, this just was a very quick rambly video. I've not really explained it too well, but just if it is your first pregnancy or any pregnancy and it's your first time having an anterior placenta, don't get worried if you don't start to feel anything by 16, 17 weeks, because I didn't. And I'm only just starting to feel it now at 21. So, and just remember that every pregnancy is different and everybody is different. So yeah, I hope this was helpful, and I will hopefully see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.